what is inhibiting our overall growth, because we have the time to reflect, so it gives us the opportunity to what? To see what are those inhibiting us for the overall growth. And the best way to overcome a problem or challenge is to learn in and face it directly. Learn from what challenges you or us and ultimately move past it. So facing obstacle may not always be most pleasant, of course, but they do not necessarily prevent us from reaching our goals. Obstacle shifts our perspective by equipping us to handle what is thrown our way. So choose to view your setbacks as opportunities for self-improvement. So here, and for this two-day webinar, we're going to welcome challenges and opportunities by, of course, having or giving us the time to reflect, and of course, to accept and to confirm what we have and use these challenges and take these opportunities to have a bigger step for the improvement of our curriculum. Okay, so to begin with, ay hindi pa pala yun, okay? So to begin with this particular part of the webinar, we are going to have a breakout session po. So in our breakout session, this is what we are going to have. Okay, so these are the guide questions that we need to answer in our breakout session. So what challenges or problems or issues did you encounter with the learners, with the parents, with the teachers, with the administrators, and with the system? Okay, and then how did you try to resolve this? Of course, upon having these challenges, and I know, and I can see that all of us are trying to resolve everything that we encounter, making these challenges as opportunities. So what are the opportunities that arose amid the challenges that we have? Okay, so these are the questions that we need to answer in our breakout sessions, and we are going to do it for 20 minutes. So how are we going to do it? So in a big group, according to this district. So district 1 and we will be having 4 districts. Yeah. So type lang po yung link ng with the space of the URL or the address. And then yan, district 3 and 4, district 5 and 6, district 7 and 8, district 9 and 10. So yun yung magkaka-team, and then you're going to do it for 20 minutes po. So it's time for us to reflect about these questions, and so you can have a screenshot po with this one. And then again, these are the links for your session. Do you have any questions po? So I'll be giving 20 minutes for that, because there will be a timer. Ito lang po
Isang innovation po.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah. So for our breakout again, we will be given 20 minutes to have that. So, these are again the links for that. So I'm going to start the timer. Are you ready na po? Do you have any question regarding this one? Wala pong question. Okay, so timer starts now.
Ma'am Eloy?
Ako. Sige.
Ma'am, ano po ba itong link na to? Sa Gmeet ba yan o sa Teams?
Excuse me, Ma'am SP po. So, kay Ma'am SP po galing. Yan, sa SP po.
Google Meet po, Google Meet.
Okay. Okay po. So again, timer starts now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Shopee fam, payday na!
Get exciting deals as low as 15 pesos at mag-enjoy from
Ano nga daw po ang
discounts.
question?
Kasi pagdating sa system, kasama sila dun. Galing din yung teacher, pero yung nasa teacher office pwede.
So maybe you can do it po in Word, or if not in Word, pwede rin po sa PowerPoint, so that later on this two districts will be presenting. So District 1 and 2 combined, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So mag-iisip na lang po yung answer, be in PowerPoint or Word for the presentation po later.
Paano pumunta doon sa Gmeet, Joy?
Wala nga ako nakikita dito, lika nga.
Kasi kung bibig yung ginagamit eh.
New meeting lang nakalagay.
Join a meeting. Ayan o, enter a code. Yan lang yun o.
Asa?
Ayan, enter a code o.
Then, kumbaga, in which nakatulong naman po positively. Wala naman pong negative feedback about that. And number 3, overlapping of schedules of webinars according to some of the school heads of District 1 and 2. And sa system po, ayun nga po, learners are relying on their parents and teachers. So sometimes, iniisip po natin na, kumbaga, nasa atin pong teachers and parents yung talagang key or yung susi para mapagtagumpayan po nila yung pag-aaral po nila during modular distance learning. And the next part, wait lang po, backread ko lang po. Siguro number 2, how did you try to resolve this for District 1 and 2? Siguro po as I have mentioned earlier, we have been offered a lot of technical support from the school heads, from the higher up, from the master teachers. We have been offered a lot of webinars, trainings, workshops like this. And I think naman po, we think naman po from District 1 and 2 na makakatulong po talaga ito para sa lahat. And number 3, what were the opportunities that arose amid the challenges? So ayun nga po, dahil nga po sa mga problems na ito, possible nakakaisip po tayo ng mga research problems or research topics, research titles na pwede nating pagsimulan para po mas makatulong sa bulan. Thank you po so much.
Okay, thank you very much po. Okay, so napaka-positive pa rin ka despite of those challenges that you have mentioned, no? Okay po, so let's hear from District 9 and 10 this time. Okay, so District 9 and 10. Siguro nga yun, oral na lang, no? Oral reading of the presentation. Okay, from District 9 and 10 po, sino po magpe-present? Sino po ba ang ating napili na mag-present for District 9 and 10? Ayan, si Ma'am Mavi. Okay po.
Okay, start na tayo na ba? District 9 and 10 yan. District 9 and 10.
Ay, 9 and 10 po ba to? Sorry, 9 and 10 pala. Kala ko 10 lang. Sige po, 9 and 10 po, palitan ko later. Sino po, sir? Mag-ano po si Chef? Wala na? Sige po. Wala po. Sino sir magsasalita sa atin? Ako na? Hello? Naririnig ba?
Yes po.
Okay. Sige, ako na lang. Parang kayo po. District 9 and 10, these are the challenges that were mentioned by the group for the learners. Yung SS10, no, for transferees, ang hirap kunin. Developing social skills among learners, and they become passive learners as well kasi nga kulang yung social skills. And they are also not accustomed to the system. Yun yung mga nakita, no? And then for the parents, their availability to serve as home learning PASI or facilitator, kasi may mga work din sila. Others, hindi nila kaya kasi hindi naman sila nakatapos, so nahirapan sila magpaliwanag. And then they are also not accustomed to the system, yung online and MTL or distance learning modality. Hindi sila sanay. Teachers, they lack knowledge and skills for this kind of, actually, ewan ko na, baka yung iba, pero marami na ngayon dahil second year na to, parang hindi na yan masyadong problema. Lack of gadget, yan talaga. Lack of gadget and others are also not accustomed pa rin. And then for the admin, they find it difficult to adapt or adjust in an online modality because they have difficulty in learning the acting skills to adapt and to adjust. No? Kagaya sinabi kanina, may mga nahirapan mag-submit ng mga reports, nahirapan mag-communicate through different platforms. Kagaya ngayon, no, meron pa rin hindi sanay gumamit ng Teams. And then for the system, na-late yung introduction ng innovation. Dapat last year pa to para na-overcome yung mga to. Pero huli man daw at magaling nahahabol pa rin. And then overlapping of activities. No? Kasi nga, ngayon may training ka, tapos nagtuturo ka pa, tapos maraming sabay-sabay siya. So, challenge yun sa ating lahat. And then for the solutions made, dahil passive sila, para maging active, use of interactive media, game-based learning, no, interactive platforms, use of virtual lab, kahit walang face-to-face, pwede pa rin mag-experiment using virtual lab, no? Use of social platform to address yung social skills ng mga bata kasi mas dun sila ngayon, pero hindi pa rin ganun na-develop. And then, yun, use of game-based. Sa parents naman, parent orientation, regularly na i-orient ang parent to strengthen yung parent-school relationship and intensive information dissemination para matulungan sila. And then for the teachers, lack of knowledge and skills, lack of gadget, dito ang solution namin, kami mismo sa school, we use chatbot and modified assessment tools para sa mga bata, no? And then sa admin, staffing of equipped teachers at saka benchmarking, yung mga best practices. And then, sa system naman po, wala tayong magagawa kundi embrace the system and adapt the system. Kaya for the opportunities, ito yung opportunities na nabigay ng ganitong klase na learning modality, no, sa atin or new normal setting, school setting. Develop resiliency, not just among learners, sa lahat, no, to adjust in this kind of learning modality. In a way, nagiging globally competitive. Ito talaga develop collaboration, and then nagkaroon ng opportunities also to develop ICT skills, not just basic but advanced ICT skills. Others have the opportunities to retire early. No, hindi nila kaya yung sistema, nag-retire na lang humanap ng ibang mga job opportunities. And then yun, na-develop yung 21st century skills, no, dito sa atin. Yun yung mga opportunities na nadulot ng ganitong normal setting. Yun po. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much po, District 9 and 10. So let's move on with District number 3 and 4. Number 3 and 4.
Good afternoon po, supervisors and teachers. Hi, Ma'am Eloy. And good afternoon po to all the participants. So I was assigned to present our meeting a while ago po regarding the issues and solutions po for that we encountered with our learners down to the admin. And we had a lot of sharing po. Pardon, I don't have any presentation. So let me just share po. For the learners po, we had a lot of sharing. Some of the issues and concerns that we have been facing are attitudes of our learners. So there is a difficulty since there's a barrier in terms of how we communicate with them. Providing them proper instruction is really a challenge. And as teachers, we should be able to connect with our learners in a sense that they are also understood. The second one is misuse of technology. Yes, there are students, we have online distance learning students who have access for their classes. However, at some instances, it's being misused in a sense that they are not guided properly by their parents. And what else? That's for the students po. Aside from that, there were also some concerns in terms of the quality of instruction that they've been receiving. What else? and the challenges or concerns also with how we try to uh, assess and evaluate learners learning from a specific class. And then for parents po, participation, balancing their responsibility as parents and as teachers at home, and then consistency as well. That's, I think personally, that's one of the challenges I also experience with parents. The first day of retrieval of their module, they are complete. However, in the next months, they will just be like 75% and then 50%. Then for teachers po, according to my colleague from the four, we have communication gap and poor participation. For the admin, delegation of tasks. Sometimes the transfer of the responsibility to teachers and to other faculty. And so school heads tend to have some focus, of course, on high value activities or outputs submitted. And then for how did we resolve this? First off, we of course connect with our school head. We try to understand what we currently have, and then connect with other co-teachers. And then for opportunities for trainings and seminars we've been attending, and then we try to improve our learning outcomes, or assessing our learning outcomes, and properly giving our students instructions by localizing and contextualizing our instructions and our messages to them. We adapt to innovations and understanding that technology is just everywhere, it's inevitable. And we should allow our learners to understand, and ourselves too, to understand that there's no turning back. We really have to face technology and just maximize what technology can give to us. Thank you po, and good afternoon to everyone.
So thank you very much from District 3 and 4. So let's now have District 7 and 8. Okay, District 7 and 8.
Good afternoon po from District 7 and 8 po. These are some of the challenges encountered of the teachers, learners, parents, and the administrator. The first one will be the learners. Narinig po ba ako?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you po. These are some of the challenges of the learners in the new normal. The first one will be focus on the modular distance modality. The first one is the submission of activity sheets for modules, then submitted answer sheet with incomplete answer. Authenticity of learners has to be of the MEMS. These are the solutions na pwede na binigay ng aming mga kasamang administrators and school head at ng mga research coordinator. The first one is to monitor our learners' learning style and yung kanilang pagbasa, integrate, to watch, and home facilitator active engagement, also by the help of the teachers, parents, and our learners and other stakeholders. Ano po yung mga opportunity na pwede dito? We're going to strengthen the learners' values in coping with these school-related tasks, and have a partnership and interest with the stakeholder of the school. For example, our parents and modality is on cyberbullying, tumataas na po yan, and poor time management, and then issue of it's not that timing is
Chappy, sir. Chappy.
actually, yung 7 and 8. For example, sa Science Man, English Man, and sa Filipino rin. Kamukha nung nakaraan dito sa Graceville, meron kaming yung sa katutubo. Then have another one, both online and modular or blended. And yung mga madalas nakikita natin, at isa sa naging problema rin ng kahit anong institution, inconsistent assessment score o summative test. Pansin po natin that most of our learners, mataas ito with regards to modules, learning activity sheets, but in the scores, in the summative test or chapter test, medyo hindi sila nag-align. Hindi po maganda ang naging score, mababa po. Then, lack of access to DepEd-TV, yung mga ibang estudyante natin, hindi sila totally nakakanood ng ating mga palabas sa DepEd-TV. Then, isa rin po sa naging problema na align with the inconsistent assessment score is the academic dishonesty of our learners. And dito naman nakita na solusyon ng ating school head and our teachers po, active feedback and system on learners to discuss or engaging the stakeholder about academic honesty. And also, one of the opportunities to strengthen the assessment practices or testing practices of our school. Babago yung ating assessment practices or yung ating mga tinatawag na testing experience po, ito yung mga challenges in the replayal and execution of modules. Madalas yan na may mga magulang tayo na hindi talaga on time nagkukuha ng modules or hindi talaga sila nagkukuha ng modules. Limited communication to some working parents. Isa rin po yun sa malaking problema na nakaka-apekto sa academic performance ng learners, yung engagement at yung communication ng parents nila with regards to teachers and sa ating administrators. Solution po is to improve the line of communication with parents by strengthening yung ating parent-teachers association sa classroom. Yun po isa sa mga magandang practices na each of the classroom ay meron pa rin PTA officer at mapapalakas pa rin po yung stakeholder natin. At syempre ang implement ang hatid-tulong drive program. At ang opportunity nito is strengthen the partnership with external stakeholder of the school. For example, pwede tayong kumuha ng mga volunteers, parents, writers, scholars, LGU, na makakatulong para magkaroon ng community engagement para magpalakas pa po ang academic performance ng ating learners. Next, for the teachers po, ito yung mga madalas na nagiging problem natin. Lack of teachers direct instruction, specifically in modular distance learning. Pagdating kapag modular, nahihirapan din si teachers na magbigay ng instructions or hindi nabibigyan lahat ng totally ng instructions dahil sa sobrang dami ng population natin. Another one, some labs are not congruent in the most essential learning competency. Madalas, dahil sa sobrang daming ginagawa rin ng teachers, kung ano lang yung available nila na materials nung hindi pa pandemic, yun din ang maibibigay. Sana, yun po isa sa mga naging problem na na-encounter. Lack of instructional skills, relevant and responsive to various learning of that. Yung kanilang instructional design skills for competency relevant to the learner's style, modalities, and also the opportunity for delivering the content. Solution po ng binigay ng mga administrators and teachers here. Administrator adjust to the ICT work and plan for teachers' activity for better time management. Another one po is kailangan mapa-strengthen natin yung tinatawag natin na technological leadership or transformational technological leadership ng principals, supervisors, and syempre yun ang nandun sa loob ng schools. To improve the technological or ICT leadership or transformational leadership using ICT, mas makaka-adapt na po ang mga teachers or students with regards to the new normal. Kasi hindi na po ito matatanggal totally. In the next few years, baka meron tayong homeschooling that are blended. Apply right to disconnect of the dole and have physical fitness and creation of relaxation hub in the school. Isa rin po yan sa magandang solution na pwedeng gawin ng ating mga school leaders, supervisors, and teachers na magkaroon tayo ng mga ganito. And isa rin po sa mga magandang binigay na feedback ng aming mga master teacher is related coaching and mentoring among teachers. As I suggest that there is a good with regards to coaching and mentoring among teachers that are new in the service po. And syempre, yung mga medyo hindi pa totally ready with regards to that new modality. And the opportunity to improve the teacher's mental health and provide better adjustment employee. Lahat po tayo nag-a-adjust. And maganda naman po in our districts na marami po tayo mga guidance counselor na registered na makakatulong for the mental health. And opportunity to connect international while staying at home. Yan po. I hope po, marami po kayong naliwanagan po tayo. Thank you po.
Yan, thank you very much po from District 7 and 8. So, nakita po natin from the problem or challenges and then we have the solution. At meron sila agad na opportunities from those, getting or letting these challenges or putting these challenges into opportunities. Okay, so last po, we have District 5 and 6.
Hello po. So, present ko lang po yung aming gawa. Ma'am, window po ang pindutin ko. Diba? Hindi familiar. Or screen. Po, window po. Sige, sorry. Pero nakikita na po ngayon yung screen ko. Opo. Sige, ito na lang po. Screen na po na pindot ko. Hello, Ma'am Eloisa. Good afternoon po sa lahat. Present ko lang. Okay. Ayan. So, this is the collaborative effort of District 5 and 6 from elementary and secondary. So, allow me to read or present to you our answers. Challenges and encountered, solutions, and opportunities from District 5 and 6. Hindi ko na po siya in-align based doon sa sunod-sunod na question. I mean, pinagsama-sama kasi yung mga sagot po ng mga teachers ay related po, I mean, magkakaugnay po sa isa't isa. So, for the challenges, una po niya ay learners. On the modular, the dilemma are having a hard knowing our learners by heart. So, self-explanatory and easy to understand. Hindi ko na po explain. Learners, unwillingness to continue. Pupils are very dependent. Very obvious po yun, no? Sa atin, sa face-to-face. And then, sudden change po, biglang nag-distance learning, may difficulty po sa bata yun. Knowing na dependent po sila. In particular, in SJD, MHES, they are encountering these problems or challenges. Hello po, nawala yung pinapresent ko. Ano po nangyari? Yan. Okay. Learners poor or lack study habits. Slow to non-readers po. Yung mga parents have no time for their children due to their work. Sa system naman, changes of quarantine classification that affects the module distribution. Problem encountered. Okay po. Most of the learners are slow readers on the same or non-readers po. Sa parents naman, not regularly, they are not getting or learning regularly their modules. Ang naging solution po sa school na yan, our school conducted the award system for parents. So, maganda lang naging paraan. Yan. Opportunity, pattern of parents' participation is so tumaas yung participation ng mga parents sa kanilang school because of that solution. For number 2, how did you try to resolve these problems? So, nagkaroon po sila ng trainings, capacity building, and parent education. So, again, in particular, from San Rafael National High School, challenges po nila ang availability of parents in receiving and retrieving SLMs, so self-learning modules and other learning materials. Project solution nila is project Makikisabay. We look for neighbors who are willing to help these families by volunteering in getting and returning their SLMs. And the opportunity is lesser number or rate of dropouts. Ganda po. Kanilang opportunity. So sa system, may nag-state na naman ang kanyang na-encounter na challenges, yung adjusting in the schedule, and the solution is organized committees that will be in charge of everything. Second, monitoring of the activity and continuity of programs and projects. Another challenges are problems encountered sa learners po, hard time in adjusting with the new setup, difficulty in monitoring self-learning, self-evaluation. For parents, are expected to be involved more, but unfortunately, in high school, parents can often relate with the lesson and were reduced as monitoring agents. Kasi nga yung parents, they are the facilitators sa panahon natin ngayon, no? So, as facilitator, the same as being the teacher, dapat alam rin nila yung lesson. So, yun yung difficulty na i-encounter. Some are hard to contact. Also, for the system, the setup or the new, there's a difficulty in adjusting with the new system, with the content in melt at the same time. So, second year na natin ngayon, pero may difficulty pa rin po na gano'n. At maganda na ma-address ko yung mga ganyang difficulty. Involve and inspire everyone to be included in the program and projects at the schools, strengthening of collaboration. I think this will be the last. Mga opportunities that arouse amidst the challenges, utilization of OER, parent education, opportunities amidst pandemic, supportive LGU, active committee for school-related events. There are learning continuity amidst pandemic. Number 2, to resolve, conduct online kamustahan. Lahat tayo gumagawa po niyan once a week. And provide reading assessment and reading activities for the learners. Opportunity, teachers were able to build strong partnership with parents and stakeholders. Another issue sa teachers po, overlapping of giving projects to their pupils. Ayan. Alam naman natin na pwedeng magsama. Like, ESP, Filipino, kung merong performance task, pwedeng mag-join. So, may mga teachers na nag-o-overlap yung pagbibigay ng mga projects or performance tasks sa mga bata. Result, collaborate with other subject areas on giving learning tasks to pupils. Opportunity, collaboration. More research topics to be done. More innovation to be done during pandemic. Another opportunity to establish rapport with the parents. And old teaching aids can be applied readily for the distance learning setup. Kasi iba na po talaga sa MELT, di ba? Mas pinaanliit, mas pinakonte. Okay? Result by open communications, learning courses for online distance discussion techniques, giving time and effort to our learners. Another opportunity, learn new strategies and create new models and content. Another opportunity sa technology naman po, ang kanyang technology use-oriented for the teachers from different trainings. Thank you so much.
Ayan. Thank you very much po from District 7 and 8.
5 and 6.
Ay, 5 and 6. I'm sorry. Okay. So, thank you po. So, with that, no, I can see that there is really this particular output shows us that there is a practice of intentional positivity in spite of the adversity that we experience. No, we always allow this possibility of making things right. That's what the way I see it. No, ganun po. Okay, so let's continue po with our activity. So, ang ganda po ng mga pinakita natin, no? Some realization of that. So, I think we are trying to defy these odds and we are welcoming those challenges and making it into opportunities. So, ito po yung mga some of those mentioned kanina. Okay, so yung limited gadget, yan, for the learners, limited internet connectivity, inability to submit tasks on time, and then diversity of learners' ability to grasp the needed competencies. Especially kung wala pong, especially in elementary, no, kung wala pong gagabay po sa kanya or sa kanila po. And then the parents, lack of support from parents or yung involvement ng iba. Because maybe, meron silang ibang problem na iisip nila siguro kung kung paano magkakaroon ng siyempre yun yung priority, di ba, ng mga parents, kung paano magkakaroon ng laman, yung kanilang kapagkainan. Madalas, mas yun ang kanilang pina-prioritize kesa dun sa yung support na ibibigay nila. Or wala silang time for that. Iba yung kanilang nagiging focus. And then limited knowledge on how to teach and deal with your children. And then, these are some of those. Ayan. Lack of training, knowledge, competency, ability, skills, and others. Yan. Pedagogy, ano pa? Computer, technology, yan yung, I think na-mention to several times, no? Kahit nga hanggang ngayon, sabi nga ni Ma'am Mavic, I heard a while ago, no, sabi niya, until nga ngayon kahit ako hanggang ngayon po, hirap po gumamit ng MS Teams, but not in Google and Zoom, but ito po kasi, maybe it's not that familiar to me, no? Hindi po siya masyadong nagagamit. And then, yun nga po, and then, for internet connectivity, although, binigyan po tayo ng chance, yung ating SIM, I think, no, yung SIM natin na, ayun yung SIM natin na mayroong load, no, which help us, especially pag nasa labas tayo or outside of our houses, no, yung, para magkaroon tayo ng internet connectivity. And then, individual ng teachers, yan, iba't iba yung, yung paraan ng pag-cope up sa situation. Meron pong mga advanced, meron pong until now, nag-cope up po dun sa struggling, no, struggling with the system, still struggling with the system. And then time management. Siyempre po, working from home, minsan, or padalas, yung focus. Siyempre, nasa bahay po, although you separate your workplace dun sa mga ibang part ng bahay, dahil kung nasa bahay, siyempre hindi po natin maiwasan yung pag-manage ng time. Unlike kung nasa school po ay nakafocus po talaga. And then, of course, the mental and psychological challenges. Kasi hindi naman po lahat, or meron pong mga kasambahay ang bawat puro na maaaring itong mga time ng pandemic ay nawalan ng trabaho, or maaaring mayroong nagkasakit. So, ito po, nag-contribute po siya. And then, the administrators, yan, untrained administrators when it comes to technology, mental psychological challenges due to too much task. Yan po yung mga ibang na-mention. Sum it up. And then the system. Ayan talaga, no? Too much extra workloads. Ayan, auxiliary services and tons of paperwork to produce. Ayan. Availability of materials, resources, gadgets. Yan, na-mention din po yan. No books for references, incomplete materials. Hindi po lahat ng LMS ay na-complete. Tama po ba, no, sa mga ibang level? Modification and contextualization of most essential learning competency. Hindi po yan natin, actually, when you check the module po, hindi po lahat, no, or hindi po, hindi, may-ari pa po natin i-modify or i-contextualize yung ating mga modules as the way I see it po. So, unpacking of broad learning competencies in math is not clear to some teachers. Ayan, integrating of competencies to other subjects to maximize the preparation and use of modules. So, Yung pwedeng yung sinabi nga ni Ma'am kanina, nung last speaker natin, no, or last presenter po natin, yung magbibigay po ng output or performance sa pwedeng rate, no, in other subjects. And no long-term plans. Nga, lahat po tayo ay hanggang ngayon po ay nag-a-adjust sa system. Yeah. Evaluation of learning activity sheets to ensure alignment to MELCs and relevance to the needs of learners. Yan. And also, may mga challenges para the needs. Dahil nga po sa pandemic, narinig ko din po kanina na meron pong maagang nag-retire or nag-give up or nag-focus sa ibang work. Yan. And then, congested lessons and competencies. Virtual training is proven ineffective according doon. And, syempre, yung lack of budget. Pero I think I can, as of this moment, marami na rin marami nang nagbabago. And those people concerning this one, tsaka yung mga nasa higher up, ginagawa naman ng solution. Nakikita naman natin. Okay? So, how did you resolve these issues? So, as we can see and we heard from your presentation, ang gagaling po, lahat po talaga mayroon po bawat solusyon, bawat problema po agad na solusyon na ginagawa. Ang galing po ng ating admin at saka po ng cooperation ng ating teachers, ng mga teachers po. Meron po agad na solusyon sa bawat problema na yun. To complete the puzzle, meron po agad solusyon sa mga problem na yun. Yan. And, of course, to have a solution for this one, ano kailangan po natin? Ito po yung nakita ko, no, acceptance. Natuto po nating, sabi nga po dun sa nakaraan na napanood ko sa news, actually, hindi na po natin maaalis na sa pandemic po tayo. Hindi po agad mawawala yung pandemic. But we have to be or to have this endemic. Nasa endemic na po. No, ibig sabihin po ng endemic, we have to accept na we are living with the virus. Yun po yung ating dapat tanggapin na nandiyan na po si virus, matagal po yan o hindi na po siya mawawala. Dapat na po natin tanggapin with this particular system na we're going to live with the virus. Endemic na po siya, hindi na po siya pandemic. Nandiyan na po siya, kasama na po natin siya ngayong buhay. So kaya kailangan po, pag meron pong ito pong mga challenges na nararanasan natin, those that we experience, we should know how to accept and to deal with it. Acceptance is simple recognition of the truth that the way things are in this world. Okay, and we have to take advantage of those opportunities. Just like what I have seen from your presentation po. Now we are taking this advantage, taking it into advantage. Nakita ko ang dami itong mga nag-innovate. Sa school po namin, pinagmamalaki ko po. Nakita ko po kung paano po tinake yung mga challenges as opportunities. Marami po sa mga kasama ko, ang nakita ko po na talaga pong nag-innovate at nag-isip po ng paraan para po mapag-take or magkaroon po ng magandang learning delivery sa ating mga estudyante. Yan. So what were the opportunities that arose amid the challenges? The opportunity to be part of this. Ito po yung opportunity na sabihin po natin na isa pong magandang opportunity para sa lahat. Yung opportunity po na maging part tayo ng once in a lifetime pandemic. Di po ba? Tayo po yung nandito ngayon at tayo po yung part ng pandemic na ito. It's once in a lifetime. The opportunity to discover our limits. Kung meron pong ganitong challenges, may ganyan po, lagi po tayo nag-iisip po ano po yung magandang paraan. And the opportunity to learn and to unlearn. Yung po dati nating mga natutunan, pwede po nating i-modify, pwede po nating baguhin, and we turn to adjust. Kasi nga po natutunan tayong tumanggap na we are living with the virus. Okay, and then, ito po, I would like to present this. So, sabi po ni Bulagaw in 2021 yan, the present COVID-19 pandemic has brought extraordinary adversities and has affected the educational sectors and no one knows when it will end. Hindi po natin alam dahil hanggang ngayon po kahit po nag-vaccine na po, hindi po natin, although nakita po natin na yung ating level ng community quarantine, which means na may pagbabago po, may improvement, no? In the educational context, to sustain and provide quality education despite the lockdown and community quarantine, the new normal should be taken consideration in planning and implementation of the new normal education policy. And that includes the delivery of instruction. Yun nga po. So ito po yung ating haharapin ngayon. Dahil hindi nga po natin alam kung kailan matatapos ito at kailangan tanggapin natin na the pandemic is already an endemic. Na tayo po ay mabubuhay ngayon kasama ang virus, kaya kailangan din po natin i-consider kung paano natin babaguhin or paano natin i-improve ang implementation ng delivery of instruction. Okay? And then, this one, this pandemic has created a massive disruption of the educational system, affecting over 1.5 billion students. This has sparked the digital transformation of the educational system worldwide and challenged its ability to respond promptly and effectively. Schools adopted relevant technologies, totoo po, prepared learning and staff resources, set systems and infrastructure, established new teaching protocols, and adjusted their curricula. However, the transition was smooth for some schools, rough for others, particularly those from developing countries with limited infrastructure. So isa po ang ating bansa dyan. Hanggang ngayon po, we are still struggling on that. Okay, so within the context of COVID-19 pandemic, online learning has taken the status of interim remote teaching that serves as a response to an exigency. However, the migration to a new learning space has faced several major concerns relating to policy, pedagogy, logistics, especially logistics, no? Socio-economic factors, technology, and psychosocial factors. Totoo po. Ayan. So ito po yun, no? Adaptability to struggle, yung technical issues, ito po yung kanina, computer literacy, time management, ayun po yung mga adversities in online learning, pati po yung self-motivation kasama. Kasi nga, nasa ibang environment sila, nasa home sila, kaya po mahirap para sa isang bata ang motivate. Okay? Access to facilities and credibility on the education. Okay? For teachers, ito naman po, difficulty in teaching, in preaching and teaching. Yan, lalo na po sa mga remote areas, and difficulty for teachers to motivate learners. Ito po natin yan. Yan. Ito naman po yun sa ating mga educational institution. Okay po? So, ano pong solution? So, schools should reimagine education and accelerate positive change in teaching and learning. Schools should strengthen the articulation and flexibility across levels and types of education and training. An important element of resilient education system is their flexibility, which relies on strong articulation between levels and types of education. Sabi po ng UNESCO, no? But also the capacity to mobilize alternative modes of delivery. Marami naman po nakakaisip at gumagawa, nagtatry po yan. Kaya nga po, this is what I would like to live with you. So, for us to really go up, to defy the odds and not this opportunity, we have to stay within what is expected and what must be done first. Para po mabawas-bawas po yung mga na-encounter nating adversity in, we can say, anxiety, no? Stay within what is expected and what must be done first. Yung priority po. And learn to listen, reflect for the meaning of what is asked, and do only what you can do. Madalas po nangyayari, nagkakaroon po yung sa pinapagawa po sa atin, nagkakaroon po yung misunderstanding. Love yourself, respect others, be resilient, be positive. Kasi po, may kanya-kanya po tayong coping mechanism, hindi po lahat ng tao ay pare-parehas. At a lot a day for self-care day. So ito, kailangan po natin yan, no? Hindi po sa lahat ng oras, nakatutok po tayo sa ating mga laptop at cellphone. It's a lot a day for self-care. Lalo na po ngayon na medyo luwag na po yung ating restriction. And for my for the last words for this particular session, I would like to leave this one. So welcome the challenges, look for the opportunities in every situation to learn and grow in wisdom. So para po tayo ay maka-move forward, we have to welcome the challenges. And let us make every challenges opportunities to learn and to grow in wisdom. So with that po, thank you very much for allowing me to have or to take my part for this particular webinar.
And thank you, Ma'am Eloisa Hirona, our resource speaker for this afternoon. Thank you, Ma'am, Master Teacher 1 of San Jose del Monte National High School. Now here we were refreshed on the various challenges, issues in the delivery of our current curriculum and the present scenario now that we have. However, the good news is we created different opportunities and discovered our inner strength and creativity. Based on the last words ni Ma'am kanina, taking advantage of the opportunity. So we are all educators here. Alam natin paano natin gagawin yun. So with that, thank you, Ma'am Eloisa, for that wonderful moment with you. So very well said po yung inyong topic. Congratulations. Before we proceed with our next speaker, we will give the virtual floor to our CID Chief, Dr. Rolando T. Sotelo, for a warm message for all of us this afternoon. Sir Rolly, good afternoon po.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Weng, sa ating mga school heads, sa ating mga coordinators, research coordinators, to our speakers, hindi ko na po kayo isa-isahin, to Ma'am Pearl, to our ASDS, Sir Earl, kahit wala po sila dito, I would like to greet them good afternoon sa inyong lahat. So, this webinar is designed for us to look into our challenges and issues that we are encountering in our schools, and we will see how we will overcome these challenges and transform into opportunities. Kaya po nakita natin kanina, mayroon tayong mga workshops answering the questions that is being posted in the PowerPoint of Ma'am Eloisa, yung ating mga issues, challenges, and possible solutions that we can make out of these things that we have in our area. Kaya po, tuloy lang po tayo, because we cannot hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan, or we cannot move, or we cannot really we want to continue education, at hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan na wala tayong magagawa para sa ikabubuti ng ating mga mag-aaral. Kaya po, salamat sa inyong lahat for attending the seminar, and we are hoping that we will be having crafting innovations in the curriculum for us to really improve our implementation of the distance learning modality, and soon we will be able to rise above this challenges. So thank you very much, Eloisa, for sharing with us yung ating topics, and nakita ko how interesting, o how paano natin minimahima ito, at alam ko marami pong natutunan ang ating mga participants. Thank you very much.
Wala, nakapag-print na ako ng marami.
Yan, sir. Thank you, Sir Ronnie, for
yung bilin mo sa amin lagi, we have to innovate. And this is our chance to do this. Kaya nga po, meron tayong
Refresh mo lang.
webinar workshop on curriculum
Yung
innovation.
sa akin na,
Thank you, sir.
kinukumusta ko eh.
Now, for this next topic,